Welcome to the God's Love We Deliver Nutrition Services Department and our Health Harvest program. Today we'll discuss safe cooking at home. We'll discuss safe food handling and storing, safe cooking practices, and how to handle leftovers and even minimize food waste to save you money and help the environment. Safe food handling and storing. Before preparing food, wash your hands with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds. Then again if you touch your hair or face or sneeze or cough into your hand. Clean all prep surfaces and kitchen tools that you plan to use with hot soapy water. Rinse all produce with cool running water, peels included. Do not use soap or produce washes. Dry all produce with a clean towel. Bacteria can spread from food to food. This is cross-contamination and can be avoided by following a few steps while preparing meals at home. Keep raw ingredients like meat, poultry, seafood, and eggs away from raw produce or ready-to-eat foods. This means using separate cooking tools like knives, cutting boards, and other utensils. After using kitchen tools to prepare raw ingredients, wash them thoroughly with hot soapy water between each use. This includes plates you may use to hold raw foods during cooking. When you finish cooking, it's important to ensure that all prep surfaces and cooking tools have been thoroughly cleaned. It's also a good idea to use plastic or other non-porous cutting boards, especially for raw meat, poultry, and fish, and to wash them in hot soapy water. If you use cloth towels in your kitchen, wash them often in the hot cycle of a washing machine. Change kitchen sponges often. And you can use vinegar and warm water in place of dish soap. When it's time to store food, avoid the danger zone. According to the USDA, bacteria grows most rapidly in foods that are between 40 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, doubling in number in as little as 20 minutes. What does this mean? It means it's important to refrigerate groceries or prepared foods quickly because cold temperatures keep most harmful bacteria from growing and multiplying. Refrigerate foods within 2 hours of shopping or serving, or within 1 hour if your home is very warm during the summer or winter months. Set your refrigerator temperature at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit and your freezer at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Did you know that where you store food in your refrigerator can help preserve it longer and can help protect from foodborne illness? The door is the warmest part of the refrigerator, so it's great for condiments, but avoid storing milk and eggs here. They'll stay colder on the shelves. The lower shelves are the coldest and are the best place to store uncooked meat, poultry, and fish. Another reason to store these foods on bottom shelves is to avoid cross-contamination from juices that could drip from these raw foods onto other foods. The drawers are great for storing produce that wilts or spoils, and prevent mold and extend the freshness of most produce by waiting to wash until you're ready to eat them, especially berries and grapes. And another reminder to keep raw foods such as meat, poultry, seafood, and eggs away from ready-to-eat foods. As you know, you can extend the freshness of different fruits and vegetables by how you store them, and some are best stored outside of the refrigerator. Store bananas, apples, pears, stone fruits, and avocados on the countertop, ideally away from other produce to keep them fresh longer. Store potatoes, eggplant, winter squash, onions, and garlic in a cool, dry, dark, and well-ventilated place. When thawing frozen foods, you have a few options. Using the microwave, thaw on defrost mode in a microwave-safe container or dish and check the progress every minute or so. Or place the frozen food in its package or container in the sink under cool running water. Be sure to remove the food from the sink as soon as it's defrosted. You can also place frozen foods in their package or container on the bottom shelf of the refrigerator and let them thaw overnight. This will keep the food at a safe temperature throughout the thawing process. And please never thaw food at room temperature. Room temperature places your food in the danger zone and increases the chance of foodborne illness. Canned food can be nutritious, can help you save money, and can last a long time in your cabinet. Just be sure to choose low sodium and no added sugar options. Don't buy dented, misshapen, leaking, or swollen cans. And if you have any cans like this at home, throw them out. Store leftover canned food in a glass or plastic container instead of storing food in the opened can. This will ensure that the food is properly stored to ensure freshness and avoid cross-contamination with other foods. Safe cooking at home. It is very important to cook meat, poultry, seafood, and even leftovers to the proper temperature to ensure that harmful bacteria is destroyed. You can see the safe temperature for each food here. Use a food thermometer to check the temperature in the center of the thickest part away from fat or bone. Cook eggs until the yolk and white are firm. Avoid recipes that call for raw or partially cooked eggs. Fish should be opaque and flake easily with a fork. When heating food in a microwave, make sure there are no cold spots in the food where bacteria can survive. For even heating, cover food and stir and rotate halfway through cooking. Avoid raw eggs, seafood, shellfish, and poultry to avoid foodborne illness, especially if your immune system is compromised. It's important to properly heat foods when reheating, too. Reheat foods in an oven, microwave, or on the stovetop. When reheating foods in the microwave, cover and rotate or stir foods halfway through cooking to ensure even heating. Always test reheated leftovers in several places with a food thermometer to be sure they reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit throughout, and the food should be steaming hot. Leftovers and minimizing food waste. According to the EPA, 1/3 of all food in the United States goes uneaten. Minimizing food waste saves money and helps the environment by reducing greenhouse gases from discarded food and from the energy used to grow, package, and transport more food. How can you minimize food waste at home? Before you shop, think about the meals you'll want for the week ahead. What meals will you be home for? How many people will you be cooking for? And don't reinvent the wheel. Buy and prepare foods you know you enjoy. Check to see what you already have in your kitchen and then shop with a list of only what you need to buy. If you have the space, save some money by shopping in bulk for shelf-stable items like dried beans and grains, or shop from the bulk bins if your store has them. Cook and serve for the number of people you are feeding. Many leftover ingredients can be used for a second dish. Add cooked vegetables to soups, casseroles, tacos, and pizzas, or use up those greens and fruits in a smoothie. Have you heard of FIFO? Restaurants and stores use FIFO, or first in, first out, by using the oldest products first and the newer ones after, to ensure that everything is used or sold at top quality. You can do the same at home. Use what you have first and use the newer foods that you buy after. And don't forget to use your freezer. Freeze leftovers. Large freezer bags save room and are designed for freezing food. And freezing isn't just for leftovers. Buy in-season fruits and vegetables, clean, trim, and cut them, and seal in freezer bags for later in the year. We'll talk more about cleaning, trimming, and cutting produce in the next video. Some info about food dating. According to the USDA, except for infant formula, product dating is not required by federal regulations. Do not buy or use baby formula after its use by date. But otherwise, food dating indicates food quality, not safety. The USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service recommends that food manufacturers and retailers use a best if used by date because it's easier to understand. As we discussed, with the exception of infant formula, foods you have at home may be safely consumed past the best if used by date if they have been handled and stored properly. If foods show signs of spoiling, like off odor, flavor, or texture, this could be a sign of spoilage bacteria and should not be eaten. Please throw these foods away. A change in the color of meat or poultry is not an indicator of spoilage, but avoid eating if the odor, flavor, or texture seems off. Always inspect your food for signs of spoilage before consuming. Thank you for joining us today. Please visit the nutrition portal on the God's Love We Deliver website for more Health Harvest, nutrition, and cooking webinars.